Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with a donation deck thanks to David W. wanting to look at Punishing Maverick with Titania. So this list is pretty close to the one that I've been recently playing with, just with the inclusion of Titania, which is a really powerful Green Suns target, especially in a Green Suns deck with access to cards like Fetchlands and Wasteland. You can also get a lot of value out of Titania with Sylvan's Safekeeper. It's kind of an I win button, which is quite nice because you're able to sack your lands at instant speed, giving you a bunch of 5/3s to then attack with on the following turn. So pretty keen to see how this tries out. This version is a little bit higher in mana cost because we do have the 2 Minsk and Booze and also the Titania. So we are running the 6 mana dorks, 23 lands, 3 onces, and also the mountain in the sideboard, which I definitely don't mind. I like having the mountain for the Wasteland deck, so I want access to red, be it blue-red Delver, Death and Taxes, Maverick, any sort of matchup where Punishing Fire is relevant, Blast is relevant, and Wasteland or even Back to Basics is a bit of an issue. So we'll see how that goes. No Greater Galgadon just yet, but we have played it on stream before. We played a Jund Nick Fit deck, which is pretty cool. Alright, we're playing... so many prelims coming up. It's a shame that the prelims are kind of just in the middle of my workday. That would be really cool to play. I know Ali plays a lot of them. Alright, playing a Legacy League with Punishing Mav using play points. Nice. Change screens. Very cool. I hope you're all doing well. Very cool to see the trophy race. Obviously off with the lead player, GH77 with 21. Which is pretty nice. Hey, surely it's Brad. Oh, really? Is my voice that? Oh, it sounds like a sick day, as in I need the day off to be able to play a prelim. Nice. Up against Granham. Interesting. Who usually is on... Not too sure these days, but in the blind, this hand's pretty good. I'm probably just going to go for a Savannah into Noble Hierarch, which turns on all my mana. Then I can keep the Green Suns for utility creatures or threats. We have removal. We have pretty good mana, so happy to keep this. Our run rate against Granham online isn't actually that great. His decks tend to line up very well against the ones that I play. I think just in case they're on an unfair deck, although a 3rd land would be nice, I kind of want an endurance off this once upon a time, just to give me something against like a fast combo deck. We don't get it. Get Grove or Wasteland. I kind of just like getting the Grove here. And then fetching for Savannah into Ignobled Hierarch. Plains. Mum, okay. Not too bad. Another Wasteland isn't really where I want to be just yet. I want to hold the Grove for sure. I probably just want to hold a Green Suns here as well. So let's go with Swords Mum, attack with Ignobled, and then next time we can Green Suns for 3. This is the point where Morlock would be really nice to have. Oof is a really fine draw as well. At this stage, I could protect the Oof thanks to Sylvan's Safekeeper. The Stoneforge get Jitte, however, makes me think they already have the Cauldron in play. And unfortunately, we don't have a great way to get rid of Cauldra. I kind of like just getting Knight here with the Green Suns. We don't have to worry about Jite next turn. And Knight just being a big threat is quite nice. All right. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go fight for Titania this turn. Hey, very well, thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of good options for Zenith decks at the moment, which is nice. Titania, Trigger, get back Windswept Heath. Nice, we actually get it back, which is pretty awesome. I will fetch now. And play this Noble Hierarch. Ooh, but they do have access to Jide potentially next turn if they have the mana. Can I just win this turn? Let's have a quick look. I can put 4 lands into the bin, which allows me to attack for... Oh, so close. If I wasteland myself twice, Knight becomes a 9/9, so 9 and then 19? Ugh. Ooh, okay, this is fine. Not getting life means they go down to 1? Let me just quickly do the math here. I think I want to just waste on myself, which puts so many elementals into play. Yeah, and I think I want to wasteland their port, take them off that mana. I mean, Titania definitely putting up a fight, which is really nice. It's kind of the marquee card of the deck tonight, which is kind of cool to see. Vial's going to be fine. 2 mana left. Well, that makes it pretty easy. Death and Taxes. So this is a matchup where I really like the Fiery Justice, the Mountain, probably some number of Force of Vigor, probably just one. I'm not a big fan of too many Endurance. The Ramen Up I think is still nice, especially just making land drops. Titania really good there. There was a thought as well of going for Sylvan's Safekeeper with one of the Green Suns before we went for the Knight. The question for me is do I want to go down on a land if I'm bringing in the Mountain? Kind of like just having these. I think Titania is still pretty strong, but maybe not for this matchup. I could see them bringing in something like a Rest in Peace effect. But I know that even if they're like playing maybe, I don't think they were on Titania. I'm gonna drop Titania. Hey Elo, too kind. Too kind on the 10-month sub. It sounds really nice, like turn 1 removal into Wasteland. Sorry, into Sylvan Library with Force if I really need it. Force with Library as well is really nice because I can be pretty aggressive with this because I can recoup my card loss with Library. Also, just having 3 lands is really nice. Okay. Minsk. They are only playing 60 cards, which is quite nice. Oh, but no second land? That really makes me want to force this Vial now? I guess I could draw a card and then see what happens, but I think I want to force here, because if they have a Mother of Runes, they might put it in off the Vial, then we can Swords it. Use our mana effectively, untap, play the Library. If I untap, play a land, play Library, and then allow them to put in Mum, the Mum just allows them to kind of get there, so... I think I'm also happy to pitch the Fiend and just have the Minsk around, because they're missing land drops. They're probably not in a position to start porting or wastelanding us, so I'm happy with this. So they have the Vial, they have the Mum. This resolves. Now we fetch. Go and get Savannah. Swords this. Getting a Savannah because I'm not scared of Wasteland here. I mean, the second Swords is really nice, but if they want to Wasteland us and go back to 1 land, that's more than fine. Also having this sword for like a turn, a land into Spirit of the Labyrinth is really nice. Stoneforge. Cauldron. Plateau is pretty nice, Ramanat pretty nice. I'm pretty happy to be aggressive here. We get to go Swords on this. Wasteland this. And then pass back. And then next turn we have Ramanap. Okay. Not too bad. I don't mind ramping here to get closer to Minsk. So we can actually go put back the Fiery Justice. My line is play Plateau and Savannah, go and get a mana dork, and then Noble Hierarch get a mana dork. And then, yeah, play Noble Hierarch, which gives me access to 5 mana next turn, potentially. I think I'm okay with that. I find when I stream, I touch my beard a lot, and I find a lot of streamers touch their beards, so apologies for that. Let's play Noble. Give them a life. I'm gonna green Suns for Ignobled Hierarch here. This is gonna be fine. We've already gotten value out of it, which is really nice. The land is pretty awesome, means we get to Once Upon a Time. Hey, thanks, Doctor. Interesting. I think here I'm happy to attack with Boo for 3, and then post-combat, throw the Boo at the Skyclave, which also turns off Flicker Wisp on Skyclave to deal with the Minsk, and I also draw 3 off this. So the Exalted Creatures here with Boo are just lining up really, really well. I mean, this is just insane value. We get a 2/2, like, look at our hand, like, just really, really nice. Okay. Like here, even if they take the Minsk, we get to just Punishing Fire this and end step. Which I'm happy to do. I do lose it to the Rest in Peace, but I think that's more than fine. I'll attack with just the Illusion. It's the same damage and not scared of a removal spell here. And then I think I'll try to find a Wasteland off... Oh, we actually have the Wasteland in hand. Oh, we're so close to being able to, like, fetch for Outland Liberator, hit the Rest in Peace, Wasteland, and Ramanap. Where is it? Hit this. Play Wasteland, Wasteland, one of their lands, and then we can once an end step. And then Ramanap's also online next turn. Mum's definitely a start, because we don't have access to removal at the moment. I don't mind just getting Endurance here as just another threat. They missed a land drop as well, which is pretty crucial. If they port me here, we have 3 mana to cast Endurance and then 3 mana to cast Ramanap plus Wasteland, so pretty happy just to cast Endurance here. But I'm not going to target anyone. I will attack with both just because of Solitude. Maybe, just maybe. Okay. Fluke Wisp is definitely a start, because it deals with a threat here. So just have a quick look. We can't get Questing Beast. We're not playing Questing Beast, so we can't turn off the Mum. Titania's out. I took out Titania just because of things like Rest in Peace and Caracas. But let's have a quick look. I think I'm going to draw a card first with Canopy. Off this. Okay. I think now it's a case of just trying to overrun with creatures, or overrun with damage. Like, if we attack with everything, they block Ramanap and give pro. Could just go for Fiend Artisan, but it's tough because there's not really a creature that I like really want. If I attack with everything, correct. Fiend Artisan is exiled from Force of Vigor. Nice one. I don't mind. They're down to one card, so I think we just attack with these two. I don't really want to lose the Ramanap, but it does get through an extra 2 damage, but I think the extra draw of Canopy is just worth it, that I'm happy to attack with both here. Most likely they block Give Pro. One, two, three, four. I'm just going to Green Suns for Knight of the Reliquary because it's a big threat. And then play Ignobled. Yeah, I think it's tough because I think they're in a position where they can't play around removal. Okay. That's definitely a start. Okay. So I'm happy to attack with everything. Maybe just these two? No. If I attack with, they have one card left. I think I should have Green Sun for Sylvan Safekeeper to turn off Swords to Plowshares in combat. No Sajiri Step, sadly. Not really a card that gets played in Maverick, but is a card that gets played in Naya Depths. And I'm just going to go for another Knight here. Just keep those threats coming. But I think we were just so strong in the early game that it's tough. But always nice to get the first game. Hey, yeah, thank you very much for the sub. Very much appreciated. But yeah, like, It could have gone wrong there. We were at 6. They had the Wisp. Maybe there's a world where they could have attacked for 3 in the air, put us to 3, and then made us attack in a way that it wasn't lethal because we might have had to hold back endurance. But then if we hold back endurance, they have the Mother of Runes. Like, we could only attack with 3 creatures there, and 2 are lethal. But they had 2 mums, so you could attack with Wisp, put me to 3, and then either make me not attack and hold back. No, well, I can't not attack because then I just die to pro white on the Wisp. So that's definitely a pretty interesting position. Like, maybe there's a line where you attack with Wisp and then you block with 1 mum and then have a mum back to give pro on the way back, depending on how I attack. I guess it's tough as well because I have the Green Suns for another endurance if I need to attack with the endurance as well, so definitely tight. And we did have the Sword Splash here, so that kind of changes everything as well. Alright, up against Alex. Pretty nice hand, like, can't complain. We have Mana Acceleration. If it is combo, we have turn 2 Collect Oof off Green Suns. If not, we have a turn 2 Knight. We have removal, so pretty happy to keep this and see how it goes. Okay. This opponent before has been on Jund. I am still going to go for Savannah here into Hierarch, I think. Yeah. I think having access to double white is pretty important here. I could have also taken them off the Hierarch, seeing they got a forest. That's definitely pretty interesting if it is Jund. Like, to take them off all colors. I could bolt the bird. My reasoning is that I think my 2-drop in Night is better than their 2-drop. But bolting the bird does sound pretty nice. But the forest is interesting. The fetch for forest makes me think they're light on mana. Like, they're going to Green Suns here. Wasteland. Okay. Okay. And attack. Right. Well, now I'm happy just to put him back. Like, if we draw a Wasteland here, that's huge. We don't, but we get to swords them off their coloured mana, play a forest, and then play our coloured mana. And then we might be able to get this Knight online. We get to play Sylvan Safekeeper into Knight. They're going to Green Suns here for 1. Oh, Chalice for 1. Okay. Don't really care about that, which is nice. Pretty happy here to probably play the Caracas. I'm not too scared of anything. Yeah, this is an interesting build. It was 4-color Loam that we played against, but it was more Jundy than having an extra color. I believe the extra color was white, but it looked like kind of just Jund 4-color Loams, like Mox Diamonds, Chalice, etc. I'm happy to get rid of the Caracas here. So let's play Knight and then attack with the Ignobled Hierarch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We actually get to get Titania next turn off the Green Suns, which works out really well. Like, they're missing land here. Oof. Honestly, I kind of just like Wasteland here. They can't crop because of Chalice. Like, now they're really stuck in a pickle, and we're just going to Green Suns for another Knight. I don't even have to show Titania, to be honest. Which, to be fair, I don't think it really changes in any way how my opponent would sideboard. But really tough spot. Really, really tough spot. Alright. I think the Oof is definitely a card I'm happy to get rid of here. I do still like having the Liberator as a target, but I like trading the Oof for a Vigor. And I like having the Justice in this deck. It could just be Safekeeper in this matchup. Yeah, I assume they have the Dorks because of Green Suns. And against combo you can put Chalice on 0, but yeah, I think it's one of those things where if you come up against a matchup where Chalice on 1 is very relevant, it's going to be shutting off a lot more of your opponent's cards than yours, so you're kind of happy to do that. A little bit like Teeg in Green Sun Zenith decks. Or what's the other one? There was another one I was thinking of the other day. But yeah, definitely tougher. Like, typically you run a Green Suns package with at least Dried Arbor with Mox Diamonds. Oof when playing Stoneforge. We didn't see Stoneforge. I haven't seen white in this build actually, so I think we might just see how this goes. That's right, yeah, there we go. That's a great one. Collector Oof turning off Stoneforge. For the players who run like Tireless Tracker, then you can turn off Clues as well, which isn't that great. I don't mind just dropping in Endurance. Endurance is nice, but I think 2 is more than fine against a deck that isn't too much on relying on the graveyard. Look, we're up a game, and we have double Wasteland. Against a deck that does look a little bit greedy with its mana. If they want to put themselves on Forest and then rely on Mana Dorks, I'm more than happy to do that. Nice. Alright, here's Chalice. Alright. I'd love to see like Dried Arbor pass. Taiga? Okay. Oh, Taiga nothing? Alright, opponent. I'm really sorry, but this is just how it goes sometimes. Do you reckon we can find... Oh, they didn't play anything? So there's no point onceing here because we have mana and we can't cast a birds, so we might as well just keep digging until we really know what we want. Swamp. Okay, that's a little bit of an awkward basic land. Alright. So now we have their Mana Dorks underway. Like, their Chalices are 1, so they can't actually cast a Mana Dork unless they green land and then Green Suns. Nothing. I'm happy just to pass back. Land. I definitely feel like an Assassin's Trophy or a Abrupt Decay here. So I don't mind, like, Grove Pass. I could just Slam Knight, but I also don't mind just oncing first. Okay. I mean, Ramanap's really strong here. Ramanap actually kind of makes me want to wait. Actually, Ramanap's just a nice card to cast next turn. Get back Wasteland, but I also like just fetching here and playing the Ramanap. Because I'd rather the Ramanap get hit by an Assassin's Trophy or an Abrupt Decay than the Knight. Hmm. Loam? Oh, green suns for 1. Okay. No opponent. We have Punishing Fire plus Grove plus Wasteland here. Wasteland this. Punishing Fire this. I'm just gonna untap. Actually, yeah, they can't cast like Cling to Dust, so I'm pretty happy just allowing this to occur. Yeah, it's definitely no fun. Alright. Now I'm happy to cast this Knight. It's gonna be a 7/7 as well. One thing I will admit in these first 2 games is that our mana has been pretty phenomenal. Like, we haven't missed a beat. If anything, it would be nice to have something a little bit more extra to do with the mana dorks, but at this stage I'm more than happy just to have what we have. I think we're just getting in here. I guess they could have like Sudden Edict, but if they have that, they have that. I think just because of Sudden Edict, I might actually just cast Endurance right now. It also turns off like land into Loam potentially. And I'm not too worried about like not having Punishing Fire open this turn. Yeah. That's a really tough one. That's a really frustrating game for them to play as well. Because I would like to think that their mana is not as bad as it looked there, and obviously just didn't work out, which can definitely happen in Loam sort of decks. Especially if you're playing around with cards like Cabal Pit, or like Mazavith, or other cards. When you don't have your Mox Diamond openings, it can be really frustrating. And thankfully, Charles for 1, although still pretty strong off an Ancient Tomb turn 1, just isn't as effective against us. Yeah, Ancient Tomb and Decay is something for sure. I believe they're playing Minsc and Boo as well, which is kind of cool because you get to play it out turn 3 with Ancient Tomb, but yeah, mana there. But hey, Titania seems pretty good. Yeah, I believe we played against Alex last week, because we actually asked for their list to see what it was. But kudos to them. Kudos to them for still like trying out some new decks, because I haven't seen like Jund Loam in a long time. Hey Alex, I wouldn't say I beat you, I would say your mana beat you. That we were just saying it looked like a pretty frustrating like game from your side. Like your mana just didn't really work out. Especially like even in game 1, like getting the forest and then having the ignobled hierarch into green suns for Dried Arbor. Like by taking you just off the Noble Hierarch, you're just back to green, which is really rough. And then obviously game 2, like turn 1 Chalice off the Ancient Tomb, but then we just had like a triple Wasteland hand. That was pretty tough. But very cool to see like a Jund Loam style list running around. How many Morlock would I play? I'm currently running 2 in paper, 2 in the main deck, just to see how many times I want it. But I reckon 2 in the 75 at least. Maybe like 3 in total. It's just so strong as like a play against like turn 1 Noble and you have like turn 1 Mum. To be able to go turn 2 Green Suns for Morlock, destroy your Mum is just so big, and something that you're not used to with a Green Suns package, so to have that is really nice. We're gonna mulligan this. We will mulligan this. It is tough because like 1 land off the top just does it, but I don't like relying on that. Okay, this actually isn't too bad because we also have the library to get back, so happy to keep this. Bottom the Outland Liberator. And then it's between 3rd land and Fiend. I think it's just going to be 3rd land and keep double Windswept Heath, which allows us to get basics if we really want to. So I think for a 5 this is pretty strong. Oh, we're on the play as well. Okay. Well, I'm definitely not keeping that 6 then. Canic Island. DRC. Okay. Warble. I actually want to land off the top, because the third land would be huge against Delver. Forest. That's actually quite nice, because now we get to just go basic. Which is always interesting, because if I get basic plains here, and then with my other Windswept Heath get a Taiga or Plateau and get wastelanded off it, we no longer have access to red. I also, with the DRC already online, I don't really mind if this Sylvan Library gets dazed. It means that this Punishing Fire most likely isn't getting dazed. But it also turns this DRC potentially into a 3/3. They already have lands and artifact in the bin, so maybe my only chance to Punishing Fire this DRC is right now. I think I actually will just go for Punishing Fire here. Yeah. My reasoning for that is if we get this DRC off the bin and they spend a turn trying to find another threat, this library becomes much better. Wow, okay. And I would also feel a little bit foolish to play the library and then not have the Punishing Fire online anymore. Yeah, Pun also quite nice if it gets dazed, because you do have ways to get it back with Grove of the Bone Willows, which we just, of course, drew into naturally. So now I'm happy just to go for probably another probably a Plateau, to be honest. If I get plains here, then I don't have a red source along with the Grove. I think instead of trying to play around Wasteland, I should try to like over-represent the board with Wasteland targets. So let's go for Taiga. No, let's go for Plateau, because then all my colors are online. Wow, okay. At least the Brainstorm here means I can't play Threat and also Wasteland us. Delver's going to be fine. Okay. I actually kind of like paying for put on top. Probably put the Noble on the field. If they don't have a Daze or a Force for the Punishing Fire or the Sylvan Library, their hand is most likely including a Lightning Bolt. And I'd much rather the Noble Hierarch get bolted than the Bird, because the Bird is a red source and it's also just a flyer, which could potentially block a Murktide down the line. So I think I'm happy to play the Noble, play the Grove, and potentially get back the Punishing Fire on the same turn. And then as these Mana Dorks die, we can start to play out this Fiend Artisan as a 4/4, which is kind of that mark you want to hit so I can play around Lightning Bolt. No fetch. What if they have an iteration turn? Unholy Heat. Wow, okay. So they're playing Unholy Heat. We can't do anything about that. That's gonna be fine. They play a land. They fetch. Okay, so they have Murktide as well. Which will be a 5/5? Oh, just a 4/4. They kept one. Okay. Would love a shuffle effect if we don't find our swords here, because the once can't, of course, pick up a swords. Hmm. I mean, we can nearly kill this Murktide, to be fair. Yeah, so this turn we want to Punishing Fire the Delver, play the bird, and then also play the Grove to play the bird around days, but also hold up a Grove to get back the Punishing Fire. So I think we put this on top and then actually pay for this, which does put us down to 13, but I think we're in a position where we kind of just have to. Okay, no pump is quite nice. We're just going to go to 9, which is tough. They haven't played a bolt just yet, and obviously 9 is a factor of 3. Why wouldn't they do this before combat to get more? I don't understand that. It does give us a shuffle effect. Happy to go to 8. Get a Savannah because it is another white source. I think I should have tapped. Guess it doesn't really matter. If they want to force this, that's more than fine. I don't think the Fiend is really doing a whole lot here. Like, we're definitely gonna have to block with the bird, and if we don't, we die. I am gonna... no, I can't. I was gonna use Punishing Fire here on the DRC to stop them from playing a fetch for turn to make it a 3/3, but if we tap the bird, we just die. So... Okay. It's gonna be pretty good. Oh, it doesn't do it. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy to make my opponent attack me. Should have attacked there, but that's all good. Delver. Blasts, Mountain, Fiery Justice, Minsk's. Titania is just a little bit too heavy. Collector Oof, Outland Liberator. I don't mind the libraries, even just as a scry 3 to dig for removal. I think they're just going to be better than anything in the board here. But the Pyroblasts are definitely a huge asset. It kind of adds as like Swords to Plowshares 5, 6, 7 against Murktide, of course. And also hitting something like a Expressive Iteration wouldn't be too shabby. Alright, on the play. Ha! No. It's really awkward because we have to lead on Wasteland. I don't want to lead on my only white and green source and just get it Wastelanded, so I actually think this is just a mulligan. Like, this is much better. We also have the Sylvan Library to recoup, so happy to keep this and bottom the Caracas. That makes a lot of sense. Also, Fiery Justice being able to deal with like a DRC that's a 3/3 and a 3/2 Flip Delver is really nice. Hey Saito-san, very cool to see you. Look, I just don't have the guts. I just don't have the guts for it. I like my consistency, I think. Okay. More than fine. Nothing. Ooh. Happy to do this upkeep. Nice. Haha, not at all, Sato-san. But it's actually quite nice. If I can get another creature on the field, I would love that. Why upkeep there? like, just in case they play Stifle, it means that they would have to use that mana on their turn, which is pretty nice. So they don't go like, ooh. Actually, I don't want to. I could have fetched for Dried Arbor there and blocked, but they do have Wasteland, so. But mainly as respect for things like Stifle. It also makes them obviously use that mana on their turn. A Braid. Wow, aggressive. Come on, DRC. No. This is actually pretty interesting. Do I want to have the Windswept Heath wastelanded? I don't mind that. Just by getting Dried Arbor here. I think it's a little bit too tough to say which is better, just because I have so many, like, they're obviously like two different decks. Like, I think a Depths Pilot is better with a Depths deck, and I think a Newton is obviously better with Elves. I think Elves is probably a little bit more on the unfair scale, in that it can just win a few more games out of nowhere. Instant land creature. They don't currently have sorcery. Oh, they're going to try to flip a sorcery or artifact into the graveyard? They hit a creature. Ah, they're going to go after my mana here. Okay. That's fine. Especially with these Unholy Heats going towards my mana dorks, I don't really mind. That's pretty good. I think if they brainstorm there, I'd be pretty happy just to hold this Pyroblast. I currently don't have an answer to Murktide, so pretty happy to go after that. But I think an Iteration is a card that I'm actually happy to try to counter, because that card just puts me ahead so far. Okay. A lot of reactive spells right now, where I really want to find a threat. I also shouldn't 6, because I should act like I have some sort of interaction. Two Wastelands down. Oh, they pay for it. I think I like the Wasteland more for me. Like, if I really need to, I can play the Fiery Justice around Days, which is quite nice. wastelanding there just to turn off like Ponder or Brainstorm into another Murktide. But it does look pretty tough here. Tough. Yeah, it's tough to like not Pyroblast a EI though. Like EI is just so good that it's obviously like a little bit 2020. Like during like a swords, like allowing the EI to resolve and then like them not casting a Murktide and then drawing to like Sword Splashes is obviously pretty rough, so yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's a case of like allowing them to cantrip as much as possible and just having a blast effect for the creatures. Yeah, pretty tough. That was kind of a showing of just like a lot of mana when we really wanted a threat or just a little bit more removal. Alright. Up against True Hero. True is typically on, I guess a few different decks. This is a little bit just mana heavy that I'm pretty happy to mulligan this. This is a lot better and I can bottom the Dried Arbor, which is nice. We can go for Taiga to turn on all colors. So you could go Taiga, Noble Hierarch, turn 2, Library, potentially Wasteland as well. Opponent's gone to 5 cards. Taiga just turns on like a Punishing Fire at the top as well, which is pretty nice. Tundra. Okay. Sure. Seeing that they're down on cards here, I'm pretty happy to go after the Tundra and then still build out my mana. So it allows me to play around like a daze potentially next turn on this Horizon Canopy. Or maybe even draw out another removal spell. Okay, so they're going to be 4 color. Huh. I wonder if they're going to be playing that Leyline Binding. Seiju. Loam. That's pretty good, but not really necessary here. Oh, Green Suns. Happy to put back 1. I don't really care about this Loam, so I'm just going to get Knight here. Honda chose to not shuffle. Ooh, Minsk is great. I'm actually going to pay for all of this. Nice. Oh, there's an Uro. Oh, and they had the forest. They didn't even need to, like, I couldn't respond. I guess I could have responded maybe at the end of draw step, but I had a 6 on. We do have Caracas to find, which is nice. Swords is pretty strong as well. Okay. Maybe I don't want to actually fetch this turn anyway. Put on top, pay for this. Hit 2 cards, start with a row. I don't mind endurance turning them here. Leave them with the loam, and then we have the green suns anyway. Sure. Okay. So now we get to Wasteland, the field. I think the field is probably the best target here. And then just green suns for endurance. To put the loam and that back, and then they just have lands in play. And now we have Wasteland each turn, or we have draw a card each turn, thanks to Canopy. Nice. Very cool. It's going to be a field deck. I do like the blasts. I do like the surgicals. They are playing Wasteland, so I don't mind like changing a grove for mountain. Collector Oof can come out. I don't mind taking out like 1 prismatic. I like all these. I like that Fiend finds them. Punishing Fire can most likely come down. Maybe even out. Yeah, I could definitely see a Dork coming out as well. Probably red in Noble Hierarch. Could even go down on 2. I assume they're playing like Supreme Verdict, so I don't mind this sort of matchup. Bringing in like a land for the Grove. Sylvan Library start would be great. We have it. We have the Dryad Arbor. A little bit, yeah. I don't like keeping hands that just don't have strong mana, and this hand doesn't have strong mana. Tough again. Like, this is going to be a 5. We do have turn 1 Wasteland. So we have some time to draw into a green source, which goes against everything that I say, but going down to 5 is a pretty huge cost. Turn 1 Wasteland also just makes Once Upon a Time a lot better as well. If they have a fetch land, they probably go fetch land pass and then end step go for tri-land, but if we play the Wasteland, that obviously stalls that. Oh, did we bring in the Force Vigors? We didn't. That's probably incorrect because they're most likely on Leyline Binding. I think it's a mull. Okay. We have lands, which is nice. I'll put back Savannah and Taiga. I guess that Wasteland would have been pretty nice. Well, they chose to shuffle pretty quickly. Ooh, okay. Well, here we get to Swords the Boo. I have Force, that's fine. There's no way for me to put a creature into the bin, unfortunately. Could draw into Caracas, I guess. Library's pretty good. Yeah, I think on 5 we weren't going to do much here. Yeah. I probably want to force... I don't mind the Punishing Fire now as well, seeing Boo. It might just be Fiend Artisan. Maybe just one Surgical. Nice. Would love a Mana Dork here, but I think 2 mana into Library is pretty strong. Hmm. I think landing a knight here is better than wastelanding them. I think this land is more important for us than for them. I've never wanted to land more in my life. Oh, actually, Boo? I think Knight is just better here because of Minsk and Boo. Sure. Hey Q Club, welcome. Force, that's fine. Take him off the triome. Two cards. Well, they have Caracas. Rough. That's pretty good. Jeez. Hey Mangork, welcome. Oh, the hit, bro. Take one draw for Force of Vigor. Close. Tough. Bant's definitely a tough color combination. They should just cast the Loam. Nothing in a cycle. Why play a land first then? Okay. Okay. Why is this game still going? Hey Granham, thanks for the raid. Too kind. Welcome all those from Granham's channel. I think I do block here, even because of Bog. I guess they can just recast it anyway. I could blast this, but then they can recast it anyway. But I don't think we have a better target for the blast. They do have to exile Loams, that's very correct. Yeah, that's a great observation. Hmm. Maybe there's a world there where I wasn't supposed to attack. Hmm. Yep. Tough. 2/2. Yeah, definitely a tough one. Like a lot of different lines around that turn 3 to 5. But we had the Wasteland, but didn't have extra mana to like also cast our spells. So Wastelanding our opponent and putting us back to 2 is just a little bit too much there. But hopefully we can finish this on a high. It would be cool to finish it on a 3/2, which isn't great, but decks will look pretty good. But against Death and Taxes, Jund Loam, Delver, 4-color Binding. Yeah, didn't see a 4th color, but yeah, Chalice, Mana Dorks, which is pretty interesting, but I guess with the Green Suns package it kind of works out. Didn't see too much other than that. We got to Mana Screw, like, we got to just wasteland them out with both games before I could really cast anything, so we didn't see a whole lot. Yeah, I think in that game, attacking was definitely incorrect at the last part, but Prime Time's just a little bit too good off the top. Yeah, pretty happy to keep this. Removal, Safekeeper, and Titania, obviously just a really nice combo. Can also ramp, which is nice. Oh, okay. I actually don't mind getting Taiga here and potentially putting us on some sort of like weird fringe deck, which I guess you could say is Maverick right now, but you don't often see Taiga into Ignoble Hierarch. Like maybe it's like blue-red goblins or black-red goblins. Ah, nice. Well, that definitely seems what it kind of is. Yeah, Jund Loam. I assume this is Doomsday. Okay. They play the pedal out. I don't think there's any other play other than just Green Suns for Oof here. And then potentially our line is next turn Safekeeper, the following turn Titania, and then the following turn attack for lethal. So we have a 3-turn clock. Maybe this is Ant. I'm gonna cast this now. And see if they respond? No. I guess if they are Storm, we at least have our life total currently at 22. Thanks to Swords to Plowshares. They go for a Cabal. Okay. Ooh, if they're getting a Cabal, I feel like Green Suns for Endurance here is just the best thing to do. It also allows us to hold up Swords to Plowshares if needed. Yeah, Endurance obviously pretty solid against the double Cabal hand. Titania is lethal with save here, but I don't think it's going to come up, unfortunately. I think we might just get there before our opponent does. Oh. I just want to make my tokens right now. Oh, they're going to try to do something? Savannah. Plains. End step Veil. We haven't cast a blue or black spell, right? Ah, just trying to get Threshold. Nice. Yeah, that's actually just a yeah, solid play. Past in Flames, I assume. We're currently at 27 life, which is quite nice because we can Swords to Plowshares 2 of our tokens. Oh, they're going to go for Adnors? Wow. They're going for Adnors. No red, yeah. I thought they could have cracked... Oh, they can't even crack the LED. Yeah, that's really tough for them. There it is. Thankfully we have a lot for Storm, so there's a few things we can take out here. Punishing Fires are pretty easy. Swords to Plowshares are pretty easy as well. Those kind of just easily replace these. Although Titania was kind of cool there, I don't really want her in the deck. The libraries aren't too bad. The Outland Liberator is pretty cool. The Safekeeper is obviously great at like protecting Collector Oof from bounce spells. Yeah, I think like the main deck is quite well suited for mid-range decks that I'm happy to just have like a pretty heavy sideboard plan for them. I do like the blast effects. Could go down on a Minsk. I don't think I need the prismatic endings. We could bring in the Force of Vigors, but we do have Collector Oof and Outland Liberator, so it could also just be a little bit too much. 59. I don't mind one Force. I could see like Knights coming down, second Force. Especially if they think we're on a Thalia deck, typically they'll play out their LEDs or Lotus Petals sometimes a little bit earlier. Surgical isn't too bad either if they're on the Pith version. So I could just see like... Once is still fine because they find Endurance, Sylvan Libraries. Fiend Artisan is fine because it finds a Collector Oof. Minsk is just really nice because it can increase the clock by a whole turn thanks to like throwing something like Knight. Could just be a library. Not a fan of double library. I think it's really a mulligan to Mindbreak Trap or Deafening Silence. Like, although this hand has a pretty nice plan, it's just a little bit too fair. This is an awkward one because our only green source has Summoning Sickness. So, okay. This is a lot better. It also allows us to go Deafening Silence into Blast, potentially. I'm going to keep and bottom the Ramanap. And then it's probably the Ignobled Hierarch, just because if we do get a green source to cast it, we just have the green source anyway for Collector Oof, so... Pretty happy to slam this Deafening Silence next turn. I think that beats any sort of plan of like Wasteland or Elemental Blast. They chose to not shuffle either, so I assume they just have all their mana pretty well put together. So Reb in this matchup is mainly there for bounce effects, but Ant does have access to Abrupt Decay, which can really change that. Okay. I think here I'm actually happy to play Oof to play around like a Thoughtseize effect. No Fatal Push is pretty sweet. Okay. Chose to not shuffle. See a green source. I'm happy to try to take them off this trop and see what they do. At least if they try to bounce. Oh, it's decay on that. I didn't expect that. Now we get to play Hierarch, hold up Blast for a bounce spell. And go for Collective Attack for 3. Hey Mix, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. We are up a game, so I don't mind trying just to blast this. I would typically keep the Elemental Blast for a bounce effect, but seeing they're on Ant, they could have Abrupt Decay, they could have Fatal Push. There's a few different things they have to answer the Collector Oof, so... And maybe the read is, because they've already gone Ponder, Preordained Ponder, the Brainstorm isn't saving them from having a terrible hand. They've already sculpted their hand, so potentially they're looking for like one more card to combo off. And I feel like they're counting now, potentially with 4 cards. Like Cabal, LED, Tutor. Guessing there's no real reason to Brainstorm first. Unless you want to find a cleaner Tutor line, but... Could be whole things. Ah, of course, LED's turned off. There we go. Carter, thank you very much. Too kind. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, get back Wasteland? Yes, please. Pre-bolt the bird. Tough as well, because the Bloodstained Mire can't get another basic other than maybe a second swamp, but typically they only play 1 swamp, so this can't get like basic, yeah. Can't get basic island, which is pretty tough. Decklist was sweet. I mean, I think Bant's always going to be pretty tough, especially with Leyline Binding as removal, and Delver can just definitely delve you sometimes, but to get up against Ant, Jund and D&T is pretty cool. I wish Warlock was in the format, or at least online. That'd be, sorry, Morlock? Morlock? Because it's annoying to play a different list in paper than you play online because of restrictions of what actually is printed online, but yeah, just gotta make do. I think if anything, like maybe a Tower of the Magistrate in the sideboard would be kind of cool. It's a great way to get through Thopter tokens against like 8 cast to get Unite through. It's obviously great against any sort of equipment decks as well. I think it's just really pretty well positioned to get some of the Stoneblade decks that are in the format. And then obviously against 8 cast, it just stops something like Psy from being able to generate a bunch of stuff. Also can fog potentially a construct, which is pretty nice. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, like I've definitely liked the deck. Titania tonight was really strong. Minsk was really sweet, especially as a 2-of. Didn't miss like third Punishing Fire. The onces in the libraries make the deck really consistent, and then the 3/3 split of Endurance and Night is also quite good. The mana base, like 1 of each basic, I guess including the Mountain, which is nice. double Taiga, double Savannah, 6 fetches. I'm not playing Cradle in this version because there's no Questing Beast, there's no Scavenging Ooze. There is a Fiend Artisan, so potentially like a Canopy would be pretty nice in this match, in this version. You can do some cool things with Sylvan Safekeeper as well, like tap your Cradle for 4, sack it to Safekeeper, replay it with Ramanap, tap it for 4. A little bit like Elves, I guess, playing a second Cradle. Yeah, no Hex Drinker either. Just because I'm not playing a Mum version, we don't have a lot of ways to protect it from things like Prismatic Ending. But Hex Drinker, another really good way to pump mana into something late game. Which is why Morlock, again, is just so strong. But that's going to be me. A huge thank you to Dave for the list. I'm going to play it again, most likely sometime this weekend. But I will be playing the challenge this coming weekend on Saturday night. And then on Sunday night, I'm going to be co-streaming with It's Julian on a Maverick list, which is very cool. So pretty big weekend for streaming, which is always nice. I haven't played a challenge this year either, so that'll be pretty sweet. I believe the Saturday challenge is around 10 PM for me, which isn't too bad. Just really looking forward to that. I'm going to send you guys over to Ramar. But if you like this content, you can find me at Twitter and, of course, YouTube. Hey, Bush. Apologies. Hopefully catch you next time. Enjoy your weeks ahead. Stay safe. And, yeah. Thanks again for tuning in. I always appreciate it. Ciao.